Well, no, people knew who he was walking through the Elks Club. So, one, why are you there stalking and watching Jay Gibbons? And number two, where were you when Jay Gibbons was shot? You have a witness that gives a description that matches what John Cardona was wearing that night, having an argument with Jay Gibbons. The bullets match the gun, the specific type of gun that you have. Evidence was tampered with in your police department. Open a shot.
I feel like I don't know how much Unsolved Mysteries you've seen.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
I haven't seen that many, but of the murder episodes where there's no conviction, I feel like they choose those episodes specifically because there's like very strong evidence hinting at one person, but they just need that one like silver bullet of a witness to come forward and say something. That's why they do the episode and put it on national television.
Right.
So someone might be compelled to come forward years after the incident to fess up to what they saw.
Mm-hmm.
So given that fact, the fact that this murder was even featured on the show even gives more credence to the fact that like just one witness testimony away from maybe convicting this guy. Or at least bringing him to trial.
Yeah, there are a few witnesses. Unsolved Mysteries, and I went back and watched the Unsolved Mysteries episode. Unsolved Mysteries seems to point to that when, at the time when Jay Gibbons was shot, that there were three men walking down the stairs to the foyer at the time he was shot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how they got that information because they never pointed out how they got that information. And me looking for, was there three witnesses on the staircase leading to the foyer when Jay Gibbons was shot? I cannot find that information anywhere. But the Unsolved Mysteries points to that. And they say they want to talk to those men. So either that's under still classified police injecture, or I don't know. Unsolved Mysteries might be making that up. I don't know. These were the Robert Stack episodes, so this was a long time ago. But in my research, there was a waitress that was working at that Elks Club that night and had left abruptly right after Jay Gibbons was shot.
Mm.
The name has been redacted. They won't print the name, but a private I think either a private investigator or one of the detectives that was assigned to the case in 2000s might be still assigned to the case now, or the son, and I think the son, Jay Gibbons' son, had tracked this woman down to a nursing home because she's now in her 80s, and according to their reporting is that this woman still refuses to talk.
I see. Okay.
She refuses to talk or why she left very early and very abruptly that night and quit her job that night that Jay Gibbons was killed. Now, it was like right after they discovered Jay Gibbons' body, and a couple of witnesses said that this woman had left abruptly. She just got the hell out of there. And mind you, this is East Chicago, ripe with corruption, like the area, like Chicago or Cook County, or some stupid people call it Crook County. It was like, no, you just don't know how to fucking play the game. It could have been Cardona or someone else on the force, a couple of people on the force, or the whole entire force might have gotten to her or other witnesses and saying you didn't see anything and intimidated them.
I mean, yes, definitely, but I'm just wondering, like, I don't know the legality around it, but like, can't someone be compelled to testify if they they're believed to have some important information about a case.
Yeah, I mean, you can bring them in front of a grand jury and possibly threaten them with jail time and throw them in jail if you view it as that way. But that's a double-edged sword because you can bring them to trial and they plead the fifth or say they didn't see anything. Or if a grand jury, they're compelled to speak in front of a grand jury and they don't, they could spend jail time in there and just sit there for as long as the grand jury is in session. And if that's your main evidence, like witnesses, only grand jury is going to only be convened for a certain amount of period of time, whether it's a month, 24 months. I think the longest I've ever heard a grand jury being out is 24 months, which is 2 years. And then they have to come to a decision. And then afterwards, the witness, if they're sitting in jail, principal, you have to release them. I mean, you could try to, but if they're scared to talk, there's not much you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you want to hold a gun to you, like talk? Like, no. I mean, you can try to look, we can protect you. I mean, this is a 40-year-old case, and I highly doubt that anyone is. Well, I mean, Cordona's still alive, but and Jay Given's kids are still alive. Jay Given's widow, Phyllis, had passed away in 2009. And yeah, there might be some people, I don't think they're still with the police department, but their kids might be with the police department in East Chicago. I don't know. I mean, maybe something. I don't know. Because there's no statute of limitations on murder. But if they're scared, they're scared. And apparently this woman and this waitress is scared to talk, or maybe she was paid to talk, not to talk, excuse me. I mean, you only could do so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like 80 years old. You said she's 80 now, right? Like 80 years old.
Like around, at the time, she was 80. I don't know if she's still living now.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, at the time, was in a nursing home, so you don't know what condition she might have been in. She might be in or might be in now.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, obviously, it's clear that there was some witness intimidation in this case, that nobody came out and said something. Nobody.
Right.
People at that gathering, no one said it. But okay.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's fucking John Cardona. He did it. He fucking did it.
Is this man alive?
John Cardona, yes, he's still alive. We don't know where he is, but he's still alive.
And how old is this case? 40 years?
40 years. It'll be 40 years May 12th.
One could just hope that justice would be served at some point. I'm sure the family of John Given, would like to see someone brought to trial and conviction for the murder.
Hopefully, and hopefully that there's something like the Northwest Indiana Times or the Post Tribune or local television run something on it other than what we're doing to put some light on this. Maybe that lady, if she's still with us, will talk. Or maybe if Unsolved Mysteries is right, that there was 3 men walking down the stairs at the time Mr. Givens was shot, they would come out and say something.
When was this episode aired on Unsolved Mysteries?
1994.
And there's been no revelation since?
No. Checking Unsolved Mysteries wiki, there's other than the woman that worked at the club that won't say anything. There's nothing. There's no. I mean, there's a couple of newspaper articles in the Tribune, the Post Tribune, and I think Chicago Tribune, but that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I believe John Cardona did it. I stand by that. I think he murdered Jay Gibbons. So hopefully someone comes out and talk. And if you do, if you're listening to this and know something about this case, please contact the East Chicago Police Department. You can find their phone number online, or the Indiana State Police, or the FBI, and you could do so anonymously if you don't feel comfortable giving your name. If you know something, if you don't know anything, just you know. All right,
that's an open and showing, as far as I can tell.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, what do we got next?
All right, I want to hear about one of the most famous hackings of all hijackings or hijackings of the air of all time.
Do I?
This is like I dream about this day.
Do I? I forgot to mention to you, WBEZ has a podcast called Curious City. I'm sure you've listened to it. They did an episode about this just like a couple of weeks ago. So I'm assuming there's some sort of anniversary that happened.
The anniversary is in November.
Okay, something must have happened recently because WBEZ did an episode on this.
I mean, a bunch of podcasts have got episodes on this. I mean, no, it's a pretty big unsolved mystery in the Chicagoland area.
Well, it's of note because like Curious City doesn't like deal with unsolved mysteries or anything like that. It's just like a podcast about Chicago. I mean, they tackle all types of questions from audiences and everything, but like they did a piece about this, so it made me think that there might have been some anniversary or some revelation that happened recently, but that doesn't sound like it.
No. It's just such a fascinating case, and somebody might have been asking about it because there've been a couple of podcasts that have done this, and now you're probably thinking, "Well, why am I listening to this and everyone else?" Because it's so unique, and I saw it live.
Did you really? Holy shit. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I saw it live. That's what other podcast or Curious City doesn't have. I saw it.
And by the end of the podcast, Nick's going to admit to doing it.
Yep, rip off my mask. Like, it was me, Austin. It was me all along, Austin. if you're a wrestling fan, you know that reference. But we're talking about the Max Headroom signal hijacking, which occurred on the night of November 22nd, 1987 in the Chicagoland area. It was pretty much two television broadcasts, WGN-TV Chicago. If you don't live in Chicago, well, you get WG in America, but here in Chicago, we get WGN-TV. And WTTW, our local affiliate of PBS. Both of those signals were hijacked at two different times by an unknown person wearing a Max Headroom mask and costume, accompanied by distorted audio and a configured metal panel swerving in the background to mimic Max Headroom's geometric background effect. Okay, if you're unfamiliar with who Max Headroom is, I'll give you a little bio on who Max Headroom is. Max Headroom was a fictional British character that was artificial intelligence known for his wit and stuttering electronic altered voice. He was portrayed by Matt Fuhrer, who's an actor. People might know him a little bit better now from being in the drama Orphan Black. He was a guest star on Fear the Walking Dead. He was in the remake of Dawn of the Dead. He was in Honey, I